Hello ladies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, sekonoandie sekono. I talk about feminine energy, inner healing, and becoming the best version of yourself so that you can live your best life. And if that is something that is interesting to you, please click the like button below and subscribe to my channel. Ladies, today we're talking about how can you step into your feminine power, how can you step into your feminine energy. And the steps that I'm sharing with you, it's something that I have personally implemented in my life and it helped me a lot. So number one, how to step in your feminine power. Number one, you need to feel worthy and deserving of a joyful life. You have to feel worthy and deserving of a joyful life, right? Because when you're feeling joyful inside, that is your feminine energy, that is your feminine power. Naturally, you're supposed to be happy, to feel joyful almost 80% of the time, right? Now, to get to that state where you feel great about yourself, to feel your feminine energy in yourself, inside of you, to feel joyful, you have to learn your self-worth. You have to learn your self-worth. If you don't feel worthy and deserving of a joyful life, it's going to be a struggle for you to get into your feminine power. It's going to be really a struggle. So number one is you have to feel worthy and deserving of a joyful life. A lot of people, they don't feel worthy and deserving of a joyful life. They don't feel worthy of a lot of things. And it's something that it's something that they've learned from a young age. They're unaware, they're not aware of the fact that they don't feel worthy of a joyful life. They don't feel worthy of a lot of things. Why? Because from a young age they have experienced guilt, shame. They felt shame, they felt guilt. Those are the only emotions they know. They don't know how to feel. They don't know how to feel worthy and deserving. They don't know. So remember, brain is like a memory card. Your brain is like a memory card, so it has a set of habits in your brain, right? So it's something that you unconsciously learned from a young age. You see a lot of beautiful things. You wish to have these things. You wish to have you wish to have a great life. You wish to have beautiful things, happy marriage, a successful life. You just wish. You don't feel worthy and deserving of these things. And the more you feel you wish to have nice things, the more they're going to be far away from you. You have to feel worthy and deserving of these things. You understand? So one of the most important thing, I always say this, if you are a woman, you want to learn, or you want to be in your feminine energy, you want to thrive in your feminine energy, one most important step that needs to be done, learn your self-worth. A lot of people, they say, fake it till you make it. And in this channel, I say, learn your self-worth. Learn it, because when you learn it, no one can take that away from you. Nobody can take it away from you. So please, don't go with the trend that says, fake it till you make it. You can learn it. Here's how. You're going to reprogram your brain first. You have to learn, you have to reprogram your brain. If you do every step that I'm going to tell you now, it's possible. I did it. You can also do it. This is how you're going to reprogram your brain. Remember, because the only thing you know is a feeling of unworthiness, is a feeling of guilt, is shame, especially if you're coming from humble beginnings like I did. You understand? So a lot of things you're going to be like, I don't think I deserve. You don't even think. You don't know that you deserve great things. You see people driving nice cars, you see people living in beautiful homes, and be like, that is nice. I wish I could have that. Wishing to have that, it's not going to help. You need to feel worthy and deserving of great things. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to reprogram your brain. How? You're going to do your affirmations. I have affirmations. I've written affirmations for you. Every morning, first thing when you wake up, do these affirmations. Say to yourself internally, I am worthy of unconditional love. I am worthy of an abundant life. I am worthy of financial freedom. I'm worthy of being loved. I'm worthy of being taken care of. I'm worthy of being provided for. I am worthy of financial freedom, of unconditional love, right? So do these affirmations first thing when you wake up. First thing when you wake up in the morning, do these affirmations. During the day and even in the evening before you sleep, do these affirmations. During the day when you find yourself thinking, that overthinking, thinking, when am I going to have financial breakthrough? When I'm going to be having my husband or a man that is going to love me? When am I going to have these? Or when you're thinking in the future, thinking about the future that you've created in your mind, because that future, it only exists in your mind, right? When you find yourself thinking, that roller coaster of thinking. When you find yourself thinking, switch that thinking. Go to do your affirmations. Do your affirmations. I am worthy of unconditional love. I am worthy of financial freedom. I am worthy of an abundant life, right? Do these affirmations. Do these affirmations. And this is what I've done, because affirmations won't work if you only do affirmations, if you memorize them. They won't work. This is how I did it. When I was doing affirmations, when I was learning, I was reprogramming my brain. I was working with the creation of God. When I'm doing my affirmations, I would wake up in the morning and look at the sun. Now do this. Look at the sun, but close your eyes. Just 2 minutes. I'm not saying burn yourself. No. Just 2 minutes. Close your eyes and say, I am worthy of unconditional love. I am worthy of an abundant life. I am worthy of financial freedom. I am worthy of everything on God's green earth. Do this looking at the sun. So the warmth of the sun, that represents love. That represents love. Remember, the God that created the sun, the sky, is the same God who made you. So if he created the sun and the stars and you, that means you are worthy. You are worthy of everything on God's green earth. Just because you grew up from humble beginnings, just because you're coming from humble beginnings, it doesn't make it otherwise. It doesn't make you feel, it doesn't make you not deserving. God created you to have an abundant life. God made you to have a great life for the glory and the honor of his name. God did not create you to suffer, to struggle. No, he made you to have an abundant life for the glory and the honor of his name. So this is what you're going to do. In the morning, you wake up, you look at the sun, you do your affirmations. In the evening, look in the sky, the stars, the moon, do your affirmations. Do your affirmations. This is going to make you feel good, because when you're just doing affirmations by memorizing them, it's not good enough. You have to feel them. You have to feel these affirmations, right? Remember that thoughts are the memory. Every thought that comes to your brain is the memory of the mind. Now, the memory of the body is feelings, right? So when you're doing your affirmation saying, I am worthy of this, that is going to produce a good feeling. Remember, any good or bad thoughts, it started in your mind. Any good feeling or bad feeling, it started in your mind. If you think of bad thoughts, you're going to feel bad. If you think of good thoughts, you're going to feel good. You understand? So when you're doing your affirmation, saying, I am worthy of this, feeling the warmth of the sun, that is going to bring you excitement. That is going to produce good feelings. And now you're giving your body a taste of how it feels to feel good in yourself, how it feels to feel great about life. So please be patient with yourself. Do this, especially if you've been an overthinker for years. For years, you've been feeling bad. You've been feeling shame, guilt. Be patient with yourself. Have grace with yourself. Do these affirmations. Write them down. And do them in the morning, and do them during the day, and do them in the afternoon or in the evening. Remember, you have to also, this is what I've done, you have to exclude yourself from any situation that is going to make you feel otherwise. Otherwise, this work is going to be in vain. If you are, for example, if you're in a toxic, abusive relationship, that only makes you to feel shame. That only makes you to feel guilt. That makes you to feel unworthy. You understand? So you have to exclude yourself from situations like this. You have to exclude yourself. Otherwise, this is going to be in vain. This is what I have done for myself. I even went to to such an extent where I excluded myself from social media, because whenever I would look on Instagram, I would see all these beautiful models driving cars, living in beautiful apartments, and I'm like, yo, when is it gonna be my turn? When am I gonna live this life? That desire of when is it gonna be me, it makes you feel in lack. And now when you're feeling lack, you're actually pushing all the desires away, all your desire away. So I don't want you to feel lack. I want you to exclude yourself from any situation that is going to make you feel otherwise, because we are learning, you are learning your self-worth, right? Point number 2 on this self-worth. Remember that you are a woman. You are a woman, and that is enough. That is enough for you to know that you are worthy of everything on God's green earth. Try to imagine this planet Earth without women. Try to imagine the Earth, planet Earth without women. It's not imaginable. Even in God's eyes, it was not possible. It was not imaginable for him. He had to create a woman. He had to create a woman. It's a woman. The planet Earth is filled up of people because of a woman. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. So that is enough for you to know that you are worthy and deserving of unconditional love. You are worthy and deserving of everything on God's green earth. You are a woman. You understand? So understand this. You are a woman. That is enough. By existing, it is enough for you to know that you are worthy. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything to feel worthy, to feel loved. You don't have to do something for you to be loved. You deserve to be loved. You are worthy of love, unconditional love. All right? So that is enough for you to know. And secondly, remember this. Remember, even our Lord Jesus Christ, for him to come on earth, he came on earth through a woman. Who is the first person to see our Lord Jesus Christ after resurrection? It's a woman. It was not his disciples. It was not any other person. It was a woman. You understand? So because you are a woman, it's enough for you to know that you are worthy. You are worthy and deserving of unconditional love. That is why I'm saying in this channel, we're not going to fake it till we make it. We're going to learn. You're going to learn your self-worth. And I am here with you, right? And secondly, there is a book in the book of Jeremiah. I think Jeremiah 1 verse 5. God says, I knew you before I formed you in the womb. God knew you before he formed you in the womb. He knew you and he loved you so much to form you in the womb. That is enough. That is enough for you to know that you are worthy of everything. You are worthy of everything on God's green earth. That's it. You are worthy. Know it. Take care of yourself. Remove yourself from any situation that is not serving you. Any situation that is not serving your purpose. You're learning your self-worth. If you're in a situation that is not aligned with you learning, that is not supporting you learning your self-worth, get out of that situation. Get out of toxic relationships. Get out of girlfriends, friendships that won't support you, that won't help you with anything, that don't benefit you. Be alone. This journey is personal. This journey is personal. Be by yourself. Be by yourself and be gentle with yourself. Other people, they won't understand. You're learning your self-worth. You're reprogramming your mind. Do this with your all. Trust me, when you look back 6 months down the line, you're going to be a total different person. You're going to be a total different person. Remember, I said, because you're a woman, that is enough for you to know that you are worthy of everything on God's green earth. You are worthy of unconditional love. A woman was created by God to give birth. You are designed to give. We have to receive in order to give. We are designed to receive for us to give, right? So you have to give for you as well. Remember, we have to receive a seed from a man for us to give birth, right? If you can give birth to a human being, you definitely can give birth to the life of your dreams. I have done it, so you can do it. you can definitely give birth to the life of your dreams. Remember, it's your feminine power, your feminine energy that gives birth through your body. So you can give birth to the life of your dreams. It's a matter of deciding and choosing. It's a matter of choosing and deciding. It's just, you just have to decide that, you know what, I am in this situation now. I am happy with the life that I am, but I want to grow. Remember, if you hate your life right at this moment, your current life, hating it is not going to help you. Probably almost half of your life you've been resenting and hating the life that you're living. Start acknowledging the situation and accepting it, and then decide from there to grow. You understand? So if you can give birth to a human being, you can give birth to the life of your dreams. You definitely can give birth to the life of your dreams. So this is the first step that is going to help you to step into your feminine power, to step in your feminine energy. Learn your self-worth. Learn your self-worth. Number two on these steps, you're going to allow life to happen for you. Allow people to show you who they are. Stop trying to control people's behavior. Stop wanting people to behave the way you want them to behave. You understand? Let people to show you who they are. Let people to show you who they are. Accept life situations as it is, as life presenting situation to yourself. Accept it, and then do something if you can do something, right? And do something. Just stop resisting life. Refrain from resisting life. Refrain from trying to change people. Stop trying to change people. This is an incident that happened to me, I think a month ago. So every morning I go for a walk in a farm. So for you to walk in that farm, you must have a permit, which is a yearly permit. So I had my permit about it, I think last year. Now there's this new security. He doesn't know me. I also don't know him. He asked me for the permit. And then I did show him the permit, right? But when I showed him, I didn't really show him because he asked. I was like, but why is he asking me for the permit? I mean, I have been having this permit for almost the whole year, you understand? So I just showed him anyhow, and then I went on my way. Now after a week, still the same guy is asking me for the permit. And I said to him, are you asking me for the permit because we look the same, or because you don't ask everyone coming in and out of this farm for the permit? It's like you're asking me only. And yes, he does not ask everyone. He was just asking me because probably he felt comfortable to ask me, you know, like his ego was like, you know what, I'm going to ask you for the permit. You understand? These are the things that came to my mind, that he's asking me for the permit maybe because he doesn't think I can afford the permit, or he just asking me for the permit because it's his job to ask me for the permit. There was a lot of things happening in my mind, you understand? So I asked him, why are you asking me for the permit for the second time? I did show you the permit last week. Are you asking me for the permit because we are the same, right? I mean, the color, like we're asking me for the permit because I look like you, or what? You understand? So the conversation escalated to it became a negative energy, right? So I responded to him because, you know, when he was asking me for the permit, he's asking me from that ego that, you know what, I'm going to ask you for the permit because I don't think you have it. You understand? And also now I responded now to him with the same attitude that, do you think I don't afford a permit to walk in here? You understand? So it was his mental position and my mental position, which is his ego and my ego. You understand? Which is so wrong. If I just allowed him to do his job, and even if he's asking me only because I'm black, which is fine, and he's black because he's not asking everyone, it's not a problem. It's his job to ask for the permit. It's his job to ask me for the permit, and I have to show him the permit if he haven't seen the permit, because he's new. A lot of the guys that are working in the farm as securities, they know me, and he doesn't know me. You understand? So if I didn't want him to behave the way I would behave, or to behave the way I wanted him to behave, we were not going to be having that kind of negative energy, because that I carried that for the whole week. I didn't like it. And now I was angry. I was like angry. And my husband kept on saying, stop this thing. Just try to drop it, you know? So now the same day, and it is asking me for the second time. I had to ask him, why are you asking me for the permit? And then he said, I'm asking you for the permit because I can. You have to show me the permit when you get in, and you have to show me the permit when you get out. And that's a lie, you understand? So I'm like, I'm angry. Let me just go in quickly and come back and give him and show him the permit. I went in and I came back and I showed him the permit. I'm not proud of what I did, but I was angry. I asked him, so are you happy? Are you happy now that every time I get in and every time I get out, I have to show you specifically with the permit? Are you happy with that? He said, yeah, I'm happy. And I'm like, okay, are you gonna get a raise for this? Ladies, I'm not proud of that. I am not proud of that because I shouldn't have said that. You understand? I shouldn't have said that. And then I left. But guess what? I felt so good as a former people pleaser. A former people pleaser who normally let people to walk on top of. I was a people pleaser, guys. I would just allow people to do whatever they want. I felt so good after that. I felt so good. Now, on the weekend, we go to the same farm to have dinner with my husband. On our way back, this guy is not even looking at me. I felt so guilty. I asked my husband to stop, and I went to him and I said, look, I want to apologize. I really have to apologize. Now, when I was going to apologize to him, listen to this, my heart was like, boom, 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 like, don't apologize. And that is not the real me. That is the ego. The ego doesn't want to be bruised. And I'm like, it's not me. I'm going to go and apologize because whenever I see this guy, I don't want him to feel guilty and look down. I don't want that. I went to apologize and I told him, this is your job. I can't tell you how to do your job. And I'm so sorry for telling you how to do your job. Even if you're only asking me for the permit, it's your job. I can't tell you how to do your job. And then we hold hands and then we make peace and then that's it. You understand? So if it wasn't for me trying to control him or wanting him to behave the way I would behave, we wouldn't have the conversation. We wouldn't have that kind of negativity. You understand? So please, by this scenario, I'm trying to say, ladies, allow people to be who they are. Allow people to behave the way they behave. You're going to be in your feminine energy. You're going to be in your feminine. You're not in control of everyone. You're not in control of how people feel. Even God is not in control of how people feel. So who am I? Who are we to try to control people's behavior? So let people to show you who they are. Allow life situations to be life situations, and then accept it and then take it from there. If there's something you can do about the situation or not, allow life. The minute you allow life to happen for you, life is going to, the minute you allow life situations to happen for you, life is going to open up for you. Life, when you give up control, when I gave up control of everything, when I gave up control, God took control of my life. He took control, right? So from this scenario, learn to allow life to happen. Don't judge people. Let people to be who they are. Let people to be themselves. Stop wanting to control people's behavior. You understand? Now, the last point on this video on how to step into your feminine power, be open and receptive. Be open and receptive. Being open, it's kind of related to allowing, right? So be open and receptive, right? So this is what happened to me. I realized 3 weeks back again that I was not energetically open to my husband's ideas. It felt like the only idea that is right for me is my idea. Other people's ideas, they're not right. And that is so wrong. A feminine energy woman is open. People cannot feel, how can I say, people cannot feel scared of being criticized and judged by you. No, not a feminine woman. People must feel free to come and run their ideas by you. People must feel free to come and ask you of your opinion without feeling scared of being judged, without feeling scared of being criticized by you. You understand? I was not criticizing my husband, but energetically, I was not open to his idea. I was like, okay, baby, that's a good idea. But inside, I'd be like, I don't think that's a good idea, which is so wrong. So I'm trying to say openness and receptivity is one of the most feminine energy traits you can have. Be open and receptive. Be open and receptive to people. It doesn't mean you're going to agree with everything that people say. No. It doesn't work like that. But be open be receptive. People must feel free to come to you and ask your opinion without feeling judged, without fearing being judged by you. You understand? I have 2 aunties in my family, one from my mother's side and one from my father's side. Those people, nobody wants to be with those people. I love them, but we love them far. In fact, everybody loves them, but far. You know, those people who are always right. They're never wrong. Everything that says coming out of their mouth has to go. It doesn't matter how it makes other people feel. They are always right. You know, a feminine energy woman is not like that. A feminine energy woman is how can I say, is attractive. People want to be around her energy. Remember, it's your energy. That is your superpower, the energy that God gave you as a woman. That is why we say feminine energy, which is your spirit, your power. You understand? So a feminine energy woman is loving. A feminine energy woman is open and receptive. She's humble. She's humble. She loves people. She's faithful. You understand? She doesn't judge people. She doesn't criticize people. So be open and be receptive, right, to people. People must feel warm to come to you. They must feel that warmth. You understand? A feminine energy woman, this is one of the last thing. One of the most feminine energy trait you can have is optimism. A feminine energy woman is optimistic. She doesn't complain about life difficulties. She does not. She knows and believes that life is always working out well for her. Life is happening for her, not to her. She's not a victim. She knows that no matter what's going on in this time, no matter what is going on in her life, she knows that everything is going to work out well for her, right? So ladies, that is all from me today, and I'm hoping that this video is going to make sense to you. I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy the video. Remember, I always say, have grace with yourself. Have grace with yourself. So enjoy the video, and I'm going to see you next time. If there's questions that you have, please always drop me an email. I'm going to definitely respond to that. I love you so much.